the positive mindset. And today we are going to be talking about one of them, which is going to be, which I'm going to say in just a second. But thank you for everybody who's coming in. I'm not going to be acknowledging the comments or any gifts being sent, but I appreciate you all and who are showing up. And um, I just want to thank you all for being here. And if you would like to be on the show, hit my inbox. My Instagram's in my bio. Just send me a message. Say, hey, I really liked the show today. I would like to be a guest for a future week, and we'll figure it out. So um, now, and today our guests are Miss Chrissy and Emoji J, two incredible people, and it's going to be an amazing show. So I hope you guys sit back, relax, enjoy the show. We are going to get into the traits of the positive mindset. We're going to just briefly go over a little each one, and then we're going to focus on one today. So the first one is optimism. Use their positive mindset traits in the questions I asked them today. So we are going to get Miss Chrissy in the box, our first guest. So everybody, please welcome Miss Chrissy to the box.
Hello.
Hello, Miss Chrissy.
Hello.
How are you?
I'm good. Yourself?
I'm great. Thank you for asking. Thank you for coming on today.
Oh, thank you for having me.
Yeah, so now why don't you tell everybody who you are and what you do, what time you stream, and what you do in your streams?
Okay. Well, I am Miss Chrissy. I'm in the UK, if you haven't have guessed by my accent. I try to stream most evenings my time around this time, which is 9 p.m. UK time. So I think that's 4 p.m. Eastern time. So I have a show every Sunday. It's a featured show every Sunday, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And as you can see, I like to collect, and my show is about collectibles. So it's called Quaint Curiosities, 1 p.m. every Sunday.
Yeah, yeah. And I was just on your show the other week, and it's a fantastic show. You have so many amazing people with so many interesting collectibles,
Yeah,
and it's always interesting to see what people collect.
it really
So
is. It really is.
it really is. So now I want to start off by asking the question for optimism, which is how have you found yourself to be optimistic in rough times?
Okay, right. I have had, my story is quite intense at times. I've been through a lot of traumatic experiences, but I don't let that define me. All those experiences do not define me as a person. Um, I've got to always think these feelings won't last, this issue or this stage that I'm going through, this experience. It is tough at the time, but it won't be there forever. There'll be an end. So you've just got to keep going and somehow get that pure grit and energy to focus and actually, focus on a goal, an end goal, or you've just got to basically keep going. If you give in to it, um, you will quickly fall into, I think, a mind frame of self-pity, which may manifest in depression or low mood. So you've got to, you have got to find that strength within, and it's really hard. But you will look back when you've overcome diversity and these challenges, you will look back and you will feel an immense, praise of yourself. You will feel an immense, like, yes, I did this. You've just got to keep those in mind. Learn from your previous experiences, and just put them into action.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, definitely. So I think it's great that the end goal is definitely always something in optimism, because it's just like you're always seeing at the end, like you're just like it's like, how do I get from point A to point B, and you set yourself up with the start and how you're gonna get there, and you trigger your mind into being optimistic and being like, well, I know I can do this. I know how I can do this. Let's go. So
oh, exactly. Sorry. Yeah, because it's too easy sometimes to just give up. You know, when the going gets tough, the tough get going, and it's just too easy to think, oh, it's too hard, I give up. I don't feel like doing that today. I'm going to stay in bed. How many times, and I think everybody, if they're honest with themselves, everybody has thought that. It's getting cold here in the UK. Like when the alarm goes off at 7 in the morning, I'm like, oh, I don't want to get up today. But you do, when you've got to think of, oh, well, it's going to be a good day. You've got to just, like, I don't know, brainwash yourself. Come on, you can do this. Give yourself pep talks.
yeah, exactly. So now my next question for you is, what would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you?
Oh, okay. Personally, walk around with no makeup. I think, do you know what? With me, I always struggle saying no. I overcommit. I take on so much workload because I fear upsetting people. Do you know what I mean? And it's no good for me because it leads to burnout. Because I always think I can do it. It's okay, I can do it. They're asking me because they know I can do it. They're asking me because they know that I will do it and I'll do a good job. So I always get, like, a bit of a compliment, a self, like, oh, they've asked me to do this. And it sounds exciting. It's always exciting things I've been asked to do. And I struggle, like, saying no because I don't want to disappoint people. So I think if nobody was judging me, I would say no a bit more.
Yeah, definitely. That is definitely something that everybody fears. It's just like, it's like you want to, like, please society, and you don't want to hurt anybody, so you just, like, kind of go with the flow, but try and don't want to, like, refrain from doing what you want to do, because so now what gets you excited about life, like
oh my gosh. So I have short, medium and long-term goals in my life. Cups get me excited. So I have short, medium, long-term goals. Okay. So my short-term goals are the projects I've got going on at the moment, like the projects that are in flight, in action. Okay, and that's personal projects, that's work projects. So they're my short-term goals. So every week I'll think, right, what am I doing next week? I actually did a stream earlier this week, which was like, what are your goals this week? You know what I mean? You've got to have those short-term goals, so that you can reflect back and think, oh, what have you done today? What have you done today? What have you done this week? And then you can think, yes, you've achieved this, this, and this, and this. You might not have done everything on your list, but do you know what I mean? You've achieved a lot. So I have short-term goals. Medium-term goals are things like probably a year or two where I want to see myself. I visualize where I'm going to be, and I visualize how I'm going to get there. I look at like any obstacles that might come up. Do you know what I mean? So you kind of like risk assess it. You can tell I'm a
Yeah.
project manager. And then long-term goals, obviously where you want to be in the future, 5 years down the line, where do you see yourself? You know what I mean? Who do you see yourself being? And I think that's quite important for streamers as well, goal setting. You know, maybe not 5 years down the line, but I think goal setting and having those motivators is key.
Yeah. Yeah. And so now, so now, um, speaking of motivations, what is your biggest motivator in life? Or what or who?
It is to make people happy and to make people smile. My Prince Charming is my biggest motivator. He is my biggest
Oh.
fan. And I hope I am his too, so we bounce off each other. But I always like the saying, well, two things. Um, if give a smile to somebody that hasn't got one. Do you know what I mean? Give your
Yeah.
smile to somebody, make their day. How many times have you walked down the street in a shop and just smiled at somebody? They'll be like, "Ooh," and they will smile back. Do you know what I mean? Smiling actually releases those endorphins, and it actually creates a positive mindset in itself. Just smiling.
Exactly.
So that's what I try to do.
Yeah.
As
Yeah.
silly as it
Yeah.
sounds.
Yeah. Because it's really funny because like even like when we had the pandemic going and like we were all wearing face masks, it's like people couldn't tell if you're smiling if you're like. So
So
it's
true.
just like you could like get away with anything. But anyways, guys, before I move on to the next question, welcome to Positively Me. We have magical Chrissy in the box, Miss Chrissy in the box, and we were talking about the positive mindset and overcoming and uh, how to maintain a positive mindset. And yeah, so now what activities or hobbies help you feel most like yourself?
Okay, so with the little goals that I put in place, I always like to reward myself. So my hobbies are obviously collecting pottery and cups. So I'll reward myself with something nice, and I've got that to look forward to. That is my hobby. And I haven't been for ages, but I did actually join the gym 2 weeks ago. And I used to, when I was, before the pandemic, I used to go to the gym every day. And it's such a way to release all the negative energy, all your negative thoughts, just hit it out in the gym, release that negativity, that negative energy. And then, you've got all this feel good endorphins, and, you can use that energy for good things and for positive things in your life. And I think that is what I need to do most of all. Obviously, I walk the dogs. I've got 6 dogs.
Oh my
So we do
gosh.
walk the dogs a lot. So that is my hobby, walking and looking after the dogs.
I didn't know you had 6 dogs. I was like, no wonder. It's always
Yeah. I also like to craft as well. I'm into my arts and crafts. So I do a lot of like, anything and everything. So I'll do like clay, I'll do wood burning, flower arranging, anything like that. And I find that is a stress reliever in itself. And it's creative. And you feel really good. You're like, oh, I made that. And it's really
yeah.
good. I don't know, it makes you smile like.
Yeah, yeah. I started doing I don't know if you heard of diamond art. Um
Yes, yeah.
I
So you've
started
got to
doing
use
that
it.
like yeah, I started doing that a few years ago and like it feels very rewarding and accomplishing when you finish it
Yeah.
because it's just like it looks so beautiful and it took so long to do.
Yeah. And you feel proud of it then when it's done, isn't it? It's like, yay.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So now, what are some excuses that you need to stop making? Like, what do you feel that prevent you from moving forward?
Okay, so as I said, I joined the gym 2 weeks ago. And every day I'm like, I'm too busy. But I'm basically too busy for myself. So I'm telling myself that I'm too busy to give myself time. And I'm too busy to look after myself. And that is very bad in itself. And I need to stop that. And I need to look after myself first. You always hear, don't you, if you go for, a flight anywhere, if you catch a flight and they're like, they're saying about the oxygen masks, put your oxygen mask on first. And that's what I need to stop, to start doing more of, and stop. I'll come up with any excuse going. I'm the biggest procrastinator sometimes. Do you know what I mean? I will clean the fridge or the oven before I actually go to the gym. But once you're in that habit, and it is creating those positive habits as well. So like I said, a few years ago, I was in the gym every day and it was part of my lifestyle and it was a habit. So I know I can do it. And it is just training myself to do that again.
Yeah, yeah. So it's like you'll find things around the house to do, and then you'll like start, and then you'll just be like, I got this and this and this and this and this I can do,
Yeah,
but so I don't have time to go to the gym.
yeah,
And you'll find things like, oh, but I can do this now because I just remembered I got this to do.
yeah, yeah. But those things, there will always be things to be done. There will always be things that you can make excuses for. And, just talking to yourself now, obviously that's affirmed it to me more now that I need to stop making these excuses and just get on and do it.
Yeah, yeah. Agree. So now, what are some compliments that you have received lately that stand out to you?
Oh, do you know what? I was at a meeting last week. I actually met some members of Parliament from Wales. So I
Oh,
had
wow.
to, I had to travel to this meeting, and it was about mental health and well-being actually. And so I was talking in this meeting, and then afterwards, this girl said, "Oh my God," she said, "You are such a lovely person." She was like, "Can I exchange like WhatsApp or Instagram?" She was like, "Can we keep in contact? You're such a lovely person." And met this person for like an hour in the meeting. And I just thought, oh, that really touched me. And like, I was thinking, oh, and it's nice that I'm perhaps giving off that energy that other people's, migrate towards me maybe. And I just thought that's such a lovely compliment from a total stranger.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. Yeah, that's definitely such heartwarming when like you like
Yeah,
it's like you expect the unexpected.
yeah, yeah. It is, isn't it? It really
Mm.
is. Or do you know what I mean? Do a good. They always say do something. 3 good deeds in the day, isn't it? Just 3 good
Yeah,
deeds. Even if it's holding a door open for somebody, or just saying you look nice today. Have you done something different to your hair? Do you know what I mean? Those compliments can go a long
yeah,
way. They really can.
yeah. So, what's the best decision that you have ever made?
Oh, my best decision was to drive 3.5 hours to meet a man that I'd only spoken to for 2 days online. His name might be Magical Stallion. But no, that is the best decision.
Oh,
Do you know what I mean? Every relationship has its, hurdles and everything like that. But yeah, hands down, my best decision.
that's great. That's great to hear. So, Yeah, I never knew that's how you
Yeah,
two
but
but that's so crazy and great at the same time. Like it's so
it was a
sweet.
bit crazy, isn't it? Reflecting back. Sometimes you've got to be crazy though.
Yeah, love makes you do crazy things.
It does. It does.
It does. So now, um, I guess, what was the most defining moment in your life during this past year?
Oh, this past year, I think getting a first um, in my university. I think that is like, I left school when I was 15 and I bunked off school for the last 2 years. So I never really went to school from the age of 13. Um,
Yeah.
I had my children and I stepped into a career path which lasted 22 years and I worked my way up the ladder to like lead manager. But all through that career, I always had imposter syndrome. I didn't realize it at the time, but I always had imposter syndrome. I always thought, why am I in this position? They're going to find out I've got no qualifications. They're going to find out, like, basically, you know, I kind of worked my way up without justification. And I was always like conscious and like, I don't deserve to be here. I don't deserve this position. So I always worked even harder to prove myself in that position. Um, and reflecting on that, I felt that way because I had no formal qualifications. So going to university, getting that first, that then validated myself. It was self-validation that I can get that and I can achieve you know that education.
Yeah,
So that
that's
is my
incredible.
most defining moment of the year.
That's incredible. So now, what do you wish for your future self?
Okay, so that is an easy one. So obviously to be happy and healthy and everything like that. But my long-term goal, I'm actually working on it at the moment. I'm studying my PhD, so I'm going to be a doctor. And I've actually found a little niche that I want to specialize in as well, which is within social justice, and it's food equality. So I'm going to specialize in food equality, really. Um, you know, helping people shop local, shorten the supply chain, feeding poor families, poor people, nutrition, all that. So that's going to be my little niche that I'm going to specialize in.
Nice,
Yeah,
nice.
thank you.
Yeah, we always need more people to help with that kind of stuff
Yeah,
because
now more than ever
there's
with climate change.
yeah, because like like food's going like getting expensive. Food's
Mm-hmm.
like trying to find foods to buy that are cheap that like even like for people like me like who suffer with like food allergies and like don't have the capabilities to eat anything or everything like
Yeah,
it's always just like how do I shop cheap but
yeah,
stay
yeah.
within a reasonable budget.
That's it. And like you said, the cost of living, it's affecting people now. People are turning to food banks that would never have been going to food banks before, because, as you said, the food prices are just horrific. So if I
Yeah,
can help, within that social justice, that's what I want to specialize in and help people.
yeah. So now so what's a common misconception people have about you?
Ooh. Maybe like this chat show is all about positive mind frames. Okay, so probably a misconception is that I'm always happy. Maybe. I know that seems a bit like, bipolar
Yeah.
of what this chat show is about. But I only stream when I am feeling happy and I'm feeling energized. if I'm, up against a time frame, I'm feeling a bit like stressy, a bit like agitated, I won't stream. I will only stream when I'm feeling positive and happy. And maybe people think, oh, Miss Chrissy's always happy. You know what I mean? But, I'm human.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely. So, what's one message you want people to know about positivity in life?
That you curate it. You create your own energy. You create your own positive mind frame. It's too easy to give in to negative thoughts. It's too easy to give in to obstacles and challenges. And I know challenges vary in degrees. Some may be small, some may be life-changing, horrific challenges. But don't give in to them. There's people around you that love you, need you, care for you, and people that you care for and love, all around you. So, if you can't see light at the end of the tunnel, there's always help there, but you've got to basically find that energy from within, and get up and do something, even if it is just getting up, showering, getting dressed, just do it.
Yeah, I
Excuse me.
totally agree. 100%, 1,000% on that.
Mhm. Yeah.
So now, before I let you get going, uh, do you want to plug in your show again and when you go live and
Sure.
everything?
Um, excuse me, I've got a frog in my throat. So I go live most evenings around this time. I'm in the UK, so it's 9 p.m. Around that time that I stream, which is 4 p.m. Eastern. I have a featured show on Sunday at 1 p.m. called Quaint Curiosities. So if you hit me with a favourite, check my Instagram. I always post on there. And it's a good fun. We have really lovely guests, really interesting. You were a guest, and it's always
Yeah.
exciting to see all these streamers to find out, whoa, they collect that. You never put their collections with them. And it gives another side to them and another story. We find out why they collect them and what got them into it. And it's such an interesting show, it really is. But also Magical Stallion, who's in the comments, he has a featured show on here as well called Best Expressed, and it's
Yeah.
all about showcasing talent from across the app. So all streamers, whether it's singers, dancers, musicians, magicians, anything. So that's at 5 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's called Best Expressed every Tuesday. So they are my plugs.
Yeah. All right. Well, thank you for coming onto the show, and I appreciate you. And I will speak to you soon.
Brilliant. Thank you
And
for having me, Kim.
everybody favorite Miss Chrissy,
Thank you, Kim. Thank you.
of
Bye.
course. Bye. All right, guys. That was Miss Chrissy. If you didn't favorite her, what are you waiting for? Um, we just went over a bunch of positive questions, and we just had an amazing conversation. But again, this is Positively Me. This is a show I do every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. So if you would like to be a guest on the show, hit me up on Instagram. My link to my Instagram's in my bio, which you can tap on up above, and it'll send you straight there. You just write me a message, say, "Hi, I want to be on your show. I love it, and I want to come on and talk about positive mindsets," and we will have you on. So, our next guest that we are going to bring up, our last guest for this show today, is going to be Emoji J. I'm excited to bring him on, and we're going to um, we're going to have an amazing conversation with him as well, and I'm excited to hear what he has to say. And so let's bring Emoji J into the box. And here we go, here we go. Emoji J in the box, maybe. Hopefully. Maybe. Ghost box, let's not ghost box. Emoji J, why don't you request the box one more time? And again, for everybody just joining, this is Positively Me. We're just waiting for Emoji J. Here we go. Let's see if this works. Hello, Emoji J.
Is it working?
Yes, it is. It's working.
All right, cool. Hi.
Hello. How are you?
I'm all right. Doing good.
That's
I
good.
hear an echo. Hold on a second. Let me fix that echo.
We don't like
There we go.
echoes.
All right, it should be gone.
Okay. So now, why don't you introduce yourself and tell everybody who you are and when you stream and all of that fun stuff.
I'm Emoji J. I design flyers for people and record for people on the app. I help people get shows featured, and I have my own show that's not going to be featured called Tech Talk because we changed the name. I almost said the old name, but we changed the name to it. So it's going to be at the same time, Sundays at 12 a.m.
Nice.
Eastern. So that's about it. I don't know what else to say.
Well, what is Tech Bite about for those who?
It's just a technology show, so we cover all aspects of technology, not just computer technology, but we talk about music technology as well, and
Nice.
other different technologies that are out there.
Nice. So now, the same question that I asked Miss Chrissy about optimism. How have you found yourself to be optimistic in rough times?
Um, mostly try to keep my mind off of things. Get things done that need to get done, and then just try not to worry about it because stressing out over something is not going to fix the situation. Fixing the situation is going to fix the situation if possible. But yeah, just try not to stress out over it. Try to seek help if you need help during that rough time, whether it be mental, financial, whatnot. That's all I can think of on that.
Yeah, that's definitely great advice. I agree that like you should definitely seek help if you need it. So now let's talk about what's something you disliked when you were younger but enjoy today.
There's always camping, right?
You said camping?
So camping, yeah. So I enjoy going camping more now than I did when I was younger. It's not always fun for kids to go camping. It depends where it is too, right? But for the most part, like sometimes kids get bored because there's not much that they can do from home, right? But as an adult, you're just like, oh, hey, I can't wait to get out to the outdoors and just chill and, um, just do the things that you really didn't enjoy as a kid.
Yeah, so when you're camping now, like what is it about camping that you love? Like is it the peacefulness like the nature like
Definitely the peacefulness. It's you're not distracted by everyday, you know, real life things. It's real life, but you know what I mean. You're not distracted by adult things that you have to do. You're just out there relaxing and enjoying nature. It's just something that can help you meditate and just be one with yourself, basically.
yeah, yeah, definitely. So So now, what would you do differently if you knew nobody would judge you?
Um, that's a hard question. I mean, I don't really try to let people judge me in a sense, I guess. Like,
So you're
um,
already at the point in your life where you're just like, I'm just gonna do what I need to do. I
yeah,
don't
like if you're,
care.
yeah, exactly. Like if you're gonna try to bring me down or whatnot, it's just like, all right, like I have better things to do with my life than to sit there and worry about somebody else trying to bring me down. I'm just gonna try to make the light of the situation and try to do what I can to ignore them because it's just gonna bring you down and make you upset, and it's not worth it.
Yeah, yeah, definitely, 100%. It's like there's the door. Here I am. You can leave if you want. Don't want
Exactly. Like if you want, if you want to, there's other things you can do productively than to try to judge somebody. You know what I mean? So like, don't let them get to you.
Yeah,
It's not worth it.
yeah. So now, what gets you excited about life? What does Emoji J get excited about in life?
Um, Helping people, honestly. Like, I try to help people as much as I can with different stuff, computer wise or um, just, in real life. If they need help with something, I'll try to see if I can or am able to help them. But yeah, helping people.
Yeah, helping people can be a rewarding type of feeling, definitely. So now, uh, um, what activities or hobbies help you feel most like yourself?
I play a lot of Magic the Gathering Arena, and Magic the Gathering. It's peaceful, to me. Um, I don't know. I just, go out, go outside, be away from also from the computer is helpful as well. So,
Yeah, yeah. So, so playing Magic the Gathering, the arena, and going outside.
yeah.
That's cool. Do you like
Sometimes you
to?
got to get away from technology. You know what I mean? Sometimes
Yeah.
you can't
So
always have
just
it in front of you.
taking in the fresh air and getting out, definitely something like I definitely sit around too much inside, and then like when I go outside in the fresh air, I'm just like, oh well, yeah, I feel better now that I'm outside.
Exactly.
It's like you lose track. So now, what excuses do you need to stop making? Like, are there any excuses that or things that you put off that you just like, I need to do this, but then you and like kind of avoid because you just don't want to do it, but it's just like you need to do.
Yeah, I mean, schoolwork, right? I'm in school full time. I go to BYU, Idaho, online. But um, yeah, sometimes you just want to put schoolwork off, but you can't, and you have to do it, right? Like
Yeah,
you paid for it, you might as well get the most that you can get out of it. Um, Schoolwork is the biggest thing that I think I try to put off or procrastinate about.
yeah, yeah, definitely. Like I remember when I was in school, and I mean when I first started during like my freshman year, I was always like it was like when I first it was like I was more worried about the social activities instead of the work. But then like when I got kicked off financial aid, I was just like that's when I realized, oh wow, I really need to focus on the work, and I need to, and
Right.
so yeah, I definitely agree with you that that folk push putting putting the work together, putting the work first and play in the back in, as priorities. So putting priorities, managing your priorities, and making priorities.
No, I get,
Definitely.
yeah, exactly. It's sometimes it's easy just to put off the things that you need to do the most rather than try to do them, and get them done. You feel more productive and better about yourself when you get the things done that you need to get done.
Yeah, yeah. So now, um, what compliments have you received lately that stand out to you?
Um, Probably, I mean, recently, probably the intros and the flyers that I do mostly.
Oh, nice.
Um, yeah, it makes me feel better when I can make people happy with the work that I do.
Yeah, yeah. I agree. Like it's always rewarding when people, like when you do work, and then and then people acknowledge it, and they have good words about it.
Exactly.
So now, uh, what is the best decision you've ever made?
Probably going back to school, honestly. I
Yeah.
mean, it's not like I'm getting any younger, right?
Yeah.
And I want to get it done before, it's too late to do it. And I'm getting help with it financially, so I took advantage of it. But I'm getting decent grades on it, and I'm proud of myself for that.
Yeah. It it's always good to like hard work pays off. Like even if you don't like the classes or the subjects, and at the end of the day, like those grades are what makes you feel so much better about yourself.
Exactly.
So now, uh, what or who are you most grateful for?
I feel like this is a trick question. Um, uh, right. I mean, I guess my friends, right? Like
Yeah,
people that I've met, the connections I made on here. Everybody has their ups and downs, but at the end of the day, we're still friends and we still talk to each other. And I think the support is um, what helps as well. So definitely the friends that I made on here.
yeah, yeah, definitely. I agree. Like,
Sometimes
to
it's just, I mean, well, sometimes it's just hard to go out too. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah,
especially with COVID being a thing too, it's still helpful to be able to talk online to people.
yeah. And again, everybody, welcome to Positively Me. We have Emoji J currently in the box. If you guys have not yet, hit that favorite button on Emoji J. We are talking about positive mindset, and we are asking, I'm asking him questions geared toward the positive mindset and things that just make you feel happy in life, and what makes him happy, and what makes him him. So now, Emoji J, uh, what was what was the most defining moment in your life during this past year?
Um, Can I get a different question? Can I pass? Can I skip?
Sure. Um, what or who is your biggest motivator in life?
Biggest motivator in life. Probably my grandparents who raised me were my biggest motivators in life because they always were positive about pretty much everything that I've done. Um,
Nice.
yeah, my grandparents.
Yeah, I feel like everybody has like those grandparents who are just like the amazing, amazing people. But yeah. Um, so now, what do you wish for your future self?
Um, to graduate, um, to graduate school and to eventually be on my own.
Yeah,
That's in living situation.
that's good. That's good, yeah. We all need that independence, right?
Exactly.
So, like, the stability in life.
Sorry about that. I had to respond to somebody.
No, you're fine.
You'll see why afterwards.
Okay, so now, what's a common misconception people have about you?
Uh, that's a tough one. Don't think I'm trying to take advantage of anybody or manipulate anybody.
Yeah.
I think that's obviously the biggest one right now.
Yeah, I feel like a lot of people feel like people use them or stuff. And I know that and it's like, like people aren't. It's like why would people waste time doing that? I don't know.
Exactly. Try to better yourself. There's no reason for the extra um stuff in life that goes on, I guess is what I'm trying to say. The extra negativity, you know what I mean? Just,
Yeah,
just don't
it's
bring the negativity around you. Just try to keep positive about everything.
yeah, so basically leave the negativity at the door.
Exactly. I don't want any part of it. Nobody wants any part of it,
It's like knock knock, who's there? Negativity. Nope,
right?
stay out.
Exactly. Definitely
So
100% agree with that.
so now um oh, when you think of home, what do you think of?
Uh,
Like, what makes home for you?
home is where I was born and raised, right? So,
Yeah,
um, it's just a place, it's just a place where you can just be yourself. Um, not trying to, impress anybody when you're outside of your home. Not just saying home, it's like saying even if it's out of state of your home, you know what I mean?
yeah, yeah. So this is the last question I have. It's what's one message you want people to know about positivity in life?
Repeat that, please.
What's one message you want people to know about positivity in life? Like,
Try to make other people happy. Try to make other people smile. You never know at the end of the day who might need your help. You know what I mean? Like it's basically do unto others as you want to be done unto yourself type thing.
yeah, I agree. We need more positivity in this world. It's we there's so much negativity going on, and that's one part why I decided to do or start the show because it feels like an outlet for people to just kind of realize like, oh, why, like, there are some negative things in my life, and yeah, I do need to change some of these things. So
Right.
it's like, even like answering some of these questions along the way, it's like you may think to yourself like, wow, yeah, maybe there are some negative aspects in my life that I need to change, that
Exactly.
are, so that's like my core concept of this show, is like helping people like also kind of see like maybe that they need to even improve themselves.
I
So,
agree.
but yeah. So, Emoji J, why don't you let everybody know one more time when you stream and
I
what?
stream all, yeah, I stream all the time, daily. Um, I have a show Sundays at 12 a.m. Eastern, Tech Talk with myself. We changed the name, and it's gonna co-host DJ NorCal. So it's gonna be fun.
Nice, nice. So now everybody, don't forget to favorite Emoji J if you haven't yet. He does Tech Bite every Sunday at midnight Eastern Time, Sunday. So Sunday going into Monday, not Saturday going into Sunday.
No, it's Saturday going into Sunday. So
Oh, it
nine
is.
o'clock. Yeah, 9 o'clock Pacific Standard Time, and then 12 a.m. Eastern Sunday.
It's a good thing I said that so that you corrected me, because I feel I feel like midnight is always just like that confusing spot, because it's like, oh, so it's like Saturday going to Sunday, Sunday going to like,
When Kenny Wayne had a show, because I was this admin, it was the hardest thing to try to figure out the times, and you know what I mean. And then finally, what I did was put Eastern Time on my computer,
yeah.
and then use my phone for Pacific Time, so I wouldn't get it, lost, confused or whatnot. Because yeah, time zones are hard, especially when you're in another country.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Emoji J, for being a guest today, and I appreciate you.
Anytime. Yeah, for sure. It was fun.
Yeah. All right. Thank
All right.
you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Appreciate you.
Everybody favorite him. All right, guys. That is the end of the show again. This is Positively Me. It's a show that happens every Tuesday, 4 p.m. Eastern Time. If you guys want to be on the show, hit up my Instagram. You just hit the my bio, send you straight to my Instagram, say, hey Kim, I want to be on your show. And or you can hit up Emoji J. Emoji J says I am willing to admin and help Kim out and help her book guests. So yeah, you could reach out to OGJ or myself to be on the show. And I want to give a shout out to all my guests, Miss Chrissy and Emoji J. I want to give a big shout out to you, everybody in the audience who has been here and supporting the very first run of the show. I want to thank all the gifters, and I want to just I just want to say again, um, being positive in life is a very healthy and good thing. So don't forget to always take time out of your day to remind yourself that there could be worse things in life, because you may be at a point in life where you feel like you're in a negative spot, but there are people who have it worse than you. And if you and and also if you ever need or feel that you need to seek help, because there are so many resources out there. And if you are feeling like you need the resources to talk to somebody. And yeah, so I really appreciate you guys. And so we'll be back next week. I hope you guys have a good rest of your night. And I appreciate you all for being here. I'll see you next time.